Welcome back to Talk Through Telly as we will continue on the topic 1980, which was the bloodiest time of all in speaking of a general election. I will never forget the 30th of October 1980. I remember the making of homemade guns, the packing up of stones in heaps, quart buckle, beer buckle, big stones, the burning of homes, 24-hour notices, the attack on polling stations. I remember words like, get low! That's when man seen with guns and we anticipate shooting. I remember someone's like, them a come! If you're in a GLP community and you hear that sound, that means the PMPs are coming. And if you're in a PMP community, it means the GLPs are coming. It only means an attack is about to launch. I remember my friend Camiel Thomas. I know she was murdered on College Road by soldiers fighting politics. Danny Charlene was murdered on Bay Farm Road, vicinity St. Patrick's School. I remember when you set up a scarecrow at the corner of Dudney Road and Scarlet Road, and the guy come on and fire shot into the scarecrow 2 times, and the 3rd time he came, it was judgment. These are some bad memories of politics. You know, they tried to assassinate Michael Manley several times. Michael Manley was stoned, where he was received injuries to his head, and person that was walking with him got shot. 1980 was terrible. We would never want to see another 1980 activities in Jamaica. 1980, I was living in Kingston 11 on a street called Binns Road. Some say a Waterhouse, yeah? But some classify it as Olympic. I grew up in a Christian home with my godmother, and I'm telling you, Aunt Rose, she was a praying woman. And she was fear for us, for something to happen to us. But what she do was prayed. Once the gunshot start to ring out, all she do was on her knees praying. That year, a lot of people lose their life, people that I know personally. Every day is a sad news. Who get shot up from who was murdered, who for house got burned down, who got 24-hour notice to leave the community. I am not sure what that got into the youth, but all I know, the youth them lost them way. Persons who used to sit, eat and drink together turn against their one another, all because of politics. All of a sudden, color becomes a problem. If you wear green, you could be attacked by the PMP. You could either be beaten or even murdered. And if you wear orange or red, you could be attacked by the laborites. You have to be careful you show political signs. The fist or the finger, that could also get you murdered. People was taken from public transportation and been beaten. I remember them stop a minibus coming from Waterhouse, right at the 4-way there, so Olympic Way and Bay Farm Road, and taking on the people them one by one and ask them what them vote for. If you say PMP, you know it go. But nobody not stupid enough to say PMP. So once you say Labour, right, them let it go and you're gone where you go. A Rastaman was in the bus, and them people them take him out and say, Rastaman, where you vote for? And the Rastaman said, well, I don't vote for nobody, I neutral. And the man give him a pickaxe stick and say, Rasta, get in gear. And the rest right there was history. In 1980, a lot of community was in red. If you go there at your own risk. People was gunned down. Houses got burned down. People have to run away. I remember Danny Charlene. He was very jovial. He give a lot of jokes. If you're around Danny Charlene and you don't laugh, something is wrong with you. What are we really love him, you know? He was on the corner talking, giving jokes, and the side say, he might go and dance at Waterhouse. So him walk down the street, you know. But shortly after him left, we hear gunshot ring out. When the smoke clear, people screaming and shouting and bawling, saying Danny Charlene was murdered right there on Bay Farm Road, vicinity St. Patrick Primary School. One evening, the little youth them set up a scarecrow right at the corner, Scarlet Road and Dudney Road, and leaned up against the wall. It was dressed up in a pants and jacket and, a hat. And they put a pipe iron into the scarecrow and to let it seem like it's a man up on the corner with a gun. Here comes a guy come around the corner looking for someone to shoot in the name of politics. Buck up the scarecrow and put a shot in the scarecrow. Run back around the corner because it's a one pop in my bus set speed. They only can fire one shot at a time. Him come back on again and say the scarecrow still lean up against the wall and put a next shot in the scarecrow and run back around the corner. So every time you shoot the scarecrow go down and down a little bit. So the third time come back around and fire. Some soldiers hidden to a yard watching him. So them point the SLR across the street and just open it up on him. The soldiers' word was, you shoot the scarecrow and the scarecrow shot your back. I remember Rumba, not his real name. He'd be on a light post when a guy came around the corner with an M16 and started firing shot. Rumba step out with 2 big stones and the first one him fling lick down the guy speechless with him rifle. Rumba didn't even think of taking up the rifle. He just think of running away from the scene. No man want to confront a man with a rifle. When it comes to stone, Rumba dangerous. I would rather him point a rifle at me than point a stone at me. However, short, the guy gained consciousness, took up him M16 and start to fire, then run off by retracing his step back to where he came from. The Hutchinson family was murdered right there on Conway Road. Husband and wife was attacked. The shooter didn't wait for them to open the grill. He just fired through the grill and through the door. When the alarm go off, both of them was murdered. They were laying in pool of blood in them bedroom.
I remember when one of them come for the ballot box them. Someone from up the road come for the ballot box them in a vehicle. Turn up blood now, benzo in the ballot box to bombard at the man.
The polling station was attacked and people was held hostage inside. The attacker intention was to steal the ballot box, and if he refused to give them, it's gunshot. Before you knew it, the attackers was attacked, where gunshot was exchanged. But they made their escape into a vehicle, injured. People was really and truly scared. No man know what tomorrow will bring when it comes to gunshot. It was totally impossible for a day to go by without hearing shots.
They hear shots, fire. We know what I do, we are run to go look same time. We wait until the cool down. The boat there, you see all the 2-3 men on the ground spread out. And get shot. And man, some more time you there, all the out the madden them. We used to have a cousin work out there. One time we did the hand theater carry people. Emergency. One get shot and hand theater carry them go public and from public to madden and then we there. It was too rough, man. And one of my brethren found him quickly. 7 somebody them gave me one night. When you see the man eye next day, the man red to him bad. Come like except for them, as long as we know him from that time, man still have the red in his eye. The him bad, the man been 7. And your relative dead 1 man.
People have them big nice clean bed empty for weeks because their favorite place to sleep was on the floor. They want to make themselves a smaller target for gunshot. In 1980, 2 favorite words to utter. I'm always listening for them. And I always remember them. Them a come. That's when Labour or PMP a come. You know? So them a tell you say if you run. Or get low. That mean man will go and I'm about to fire. So man tell you to get low. Because if you not get low, you can't get shot. I'll always remember those sounds when it comes to 1980. The memories of 1980. Buses was attacked going to rallies and meetings. These buses was beaten badly with stone and bottle. Stone crashing through the windows of these buses and bottles beating on the body of the bus. If the bus ever stop, there'll be dead bodies. injured bodies. If the PMP bus go through the GLP era, expect these things to happen. And if the PMP bus drive through the GLP era, expect these things to happen. But that didn't stop people from going to their rallies and their political meetings. Gunman went into a gambling house and take out the woman them and use axe and chop up the man them. Just imagine you had a gun point, but an axe them used to chop you up. I remember myself, Donovan, Shelley and I was on the veranda playing when Antipat came rushing through saying, let us leave, we need to go Portmore, war are going to start. I think it was on the 30th of October. It was election day and the vote was going in and they were counting the ballot box. So Shelley, Donovan and Camiel went into the pickup. Another guy was there, so I did not know him. I sat and watched the pickup drove out of the open land and make a right and head down Binns Road. Just then I walked to my house. Not even 2 minutes after the van left, I hear a gunshot rang out. They ran into soldiers down the street.
The morning, Antipat come through it. Antipat come through it upon the veranda play and she said, come, we carry over because I be how things are going over there, so we don't want nothing to do, no. Me, my cousin named Camiel and my cousin named Donovan. When we look, my auntie, husband, brother, I think they're on the van back. Yeah. And then she said, oh, if come grab because something and come jump in the van because we are going over Portmore because Portmore auntie live. So we go to Portmore, well, we drive off now, I will turn on a Binns, but I said, we turn on College Road. The amount of gunshot with fire in the van pan way as I picking the man, then she said, I picking the van, you know. Because me and my cousin run at the back, the man they run at the back, my auntie and Farah two picking them at the front, and my another little cousin. So three of them, three picking at the front, and my auntie and her husband, and me, and my another cousin run at the back, and my auntie husband, brother. I said, my brother said to my another cousin, get low. But when I know chopper gun, because I remember I look gun with the old one, I can't forget because right now I'm 46-year-old. And I tell you that ears. It bother me. I couldn't sleep. I'm be about when I sleep, I can't sleep. But ears it bother me. Ears. Up to 20 days I remember, I have to laugh. So my cousin that be about 48, 49 now. Because she's older than me, because I'm 46 now.
So when the shot fire, what happened? What you see when the shot start to fire?
We don't see the light that come out and go, we see the soldier and bus come run and quack down on them knee, because khaki, them used to read them time there. A soldier. Khaki, them must come round the corner upon them knee, just start shoot up. I went upon Jesus. God, that's the command tell the Christian, you know. I mean upon Jesus, that I'm little, you know,
so the
Jesus.
guy in the back of the vehicle, what happened to him?
Him get shot to man, him drop in the van, and then them drive same with him and carry him to hospital. Him never dead. Him end up go fire and go dead afterwards because they shot the lodge in him head. I think they shot the lodge in him head and years after him dead after.
So what happened to Camiel?
Camiel dead same time I say we were there in the van. Me don't go see Camiel head go so. Be a white, you know say I'm married that because you look over and say white. Be a marrow fly out of Camiel head. I said that day there was a day and then my cousin that I never let shot to her face was big so. That day there was a day, man. That day they would never want to 80 election again. No matter about them election are alright, but it's 80 in a Jamaica, we don't want to 80 come back no time at all. Because all election now go on, I tell you, no better something than 1980. Never forget that time, 1980 election.
The election was smooth sailing compared to 1980.
It was the most violent one. God, them time based on how man that take backs. Anybody can get shot at them time because when them come for backs, a gunshot business. I feel like it's the wickedest election.
Bloody, man, wicked. Wicked, man. Wicked like a civil war.
I would never want to see another 1980. I don't think I would ever see another 1980. This thing come far. I live to see PMP and Labour right. I walk up and down to the same community. People know say a man have voted for Labour right and people know say a man have voted PMP into one community and it's not a problem. We just need to make another step further now by observing the Black Life Matter, people's life matter, human life matter, where we think before we pull the trigger. We can't depend on the government for this. We can't depend on the preacher man for this. We have to just depend on ourselves. Yeah? Talk to the man of the mirror. Remember where we are coming from to where we are now. Remember where Marcus Garvey fight for. Remember where Paul Bogle fight for. Check the teaching of Malcolm X and Louis Farrakhan. Let us not remember the saying, past in a can we all get along? Or destructive way. Sweet Jamaica. Let us see it as bygones be bygones. And the negatives could be used in a positive way to guide our steps so we would never be fooled again. Instead of highlighting and singling out people, editing their actions by hiding the positive and exposing the negatives so they could become a target to people in this era. Instead, we could allow them to exercise their change behavior, their change ways. So if they want to be good and fit in today's society, instead of beating them down, we should allow them or help them to make that change, maintain that change, especially if they want to serve their country, show their love by using their past to guide our young people present, going into their future. By doing so, I could see you and Team Jamaica genuinely fighting crime, fighting poverty, fighting negativity, and to keep the olden politics out of society, out of this era. I must say, thanks to George Bank, who continue to work in a positive light to tell the youths no to violence, yes to love, yes to unification, yes to one Jamaica, no to segregation. The man who risked his life to go into Tivoli Garden where him and Dodos could say no to the madness. PNP should be able to come to Tivoli Garden. GLP should be able to come to Trenchtown, Jonestown, Onyx Garden / Jungle. As people of Jamaica, we must be mindful of what we say to people, and we must be true to thyself. If we are going to speak of a situation, do not edit the situation. Tell it as it is. And this is how we come to the end of this post. Thanks for watching. Talk True Telly. Like, share. If you don't subscribe yet, subscribe now. Remember, the comment section is open. Make a chat now. Talk Truth, youth. Talk Truth. Talk Truth, people. Talk Truth.